Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the M&T podcast.
Hiya.
This week is a big one, 56, 57 minutes probably. You've probably opened this podcast and gone, oh, that's a bit long, but stick with it. It is a good one.
That's what she said.
Well,
This week we talk about my new job. You're welcome. Because we've put that on the YouTubes. We also have a very special guest with us this week, which is very exciting. And we talk about life in España and how we're getting on and all of the things and stuff. And
we have a lot of questions from people, and we love that people send those through. So yeah, we talk just a lot of shit.
Standard weekly. You're welcome.
The usual.
So enjoy the episode, like, review, subscribe, all of that jazz, and we'll see you in there. Good luck.
See you in the episode.
Bye. We're here again.
We're here again.
Another week, another podcast.
Oh, are we actually starting?
Yeah, we're full on now.
Okay, we're full on now. Did you bring a bottle opener?
So, this week's wine, because that is the first thing we always do, is from our very good friends, the Ashmores.
Yeah,
They
sent
sent us
to
a little
us.
care package. Oh, it's got a good indent on the bottom.
Did you ever find out what that's called?
Nope. And I don't know what it's for. Also, I have absolutely no clue what this bottle...
Put your thumb in when you're pouring it.
That's what it's for, but we don't
But
know. We
some
figured
are-
it must have a name.
Some
What's
are
the name of
deeper
that?
and then some are not so deep. So I wonder why.
That's what she said.
Whoa. So this one is an organic artisan wine by the sea. Fancy.
Yeah, it doesn't have a name.
It's
Not
all-
that I can tell anyway.
Secret de Léoube 2018.
Oh,
Got a...
are you French?
Where?
I
Where?
didn't know.
Where? I'm French.
Where?
Where? They don't say we. It's where.
It's we.
It's where.
It's we.
Ask Julie Doucet from Wicked, and I'm going to open it.
Okay, the wine is being opened. So this is episode 8. 8?
No way.
Yeah, of the M&T podcast. That's 2
2
months.
months.
2 months worth. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you if you are a subscriber. Thank you if you have rated and reviewed. If you haven't, now's the time.
Pause it and do it, because we haven't had a review in like 2 weeks.
Yep.
But thank you to everyone that has reviewed so far.
Oh, pop.
Pop. Hold on. Silence, please, in the room. Oh, look how blush it is.
Such a good sound.
My favourite kind
Gracias.
De nada. For everybody on YouTube and people who have just listened, a random female voice joined us there.
Yeah, I
You
realised
should
some
really
people will be
introduce Sasha to the podcast. We're having a bit of a barbecue this evening for a housewarming, and Sasha is here already chilling with a glass of wine.
Sasha monumentally arrived 5 hours early
Brilliant.
for a barbecue.
Sasha, come and introduce yourself, please, to the pod. Tell us
Just
who
say
you are
hi.
and what you do.
Hi, podcast. My name is Sasha. I work over in Ibiza and I work at Bambuku. I know these guys from 2014. We
Yes.
go way back.
Big year. So Sasha was my hotel guest back in 2013. I can see that Matt's holding up this wine, but I'm not going to cheers him yet because I'm doing an explanation here. Hotel guest in 2013 at Mallorca Rocks. I then hired her to be part of my team in 2014 at Ibiza Rocks, and now we're here in 2020 at the Bennett Residence Ibiza. Cheers to that, everybody.
Cheers, everyone.
Enjoy.
All right.
Oh my God.
Let's try
Blush.
this. It's almost white, isn't it?
It's delicious.
That's really nice.
Remember.
Should try that.
Oof. That's what Ashmore's.
It's all basically like a fruit juice.
Can I get this in a Magnum?
Oh, wow.
That's incredible.
Can I get this in a Magnum? Oh,
That
it's fresh.
is a winning wine so far.
I love it.
that.
Thanks,
That's really
guys.
nice. So thank you very much for sending that through, Ashmore's.
We are in a different location at our home this week. Last week you were at our dinner table around the side. This week you're on our front porch, we
No.
shall call it. It is.
Sounds very posh. You're on our veranda.
Yeah, if I said veranda, it would have sounded dickheadish.
Soon to
but
be
you said it.
Shisha Lounge, isn't
Soon
it?
to be Shisha Lounge. So, yeah, we're out here. The other side, where we're looking, is where sunrise is every morning. And
Every morning, same place?
Almost the same time.
Wow.
And it is a lovely, lovely place to sit. You can probably still hear the crazy animals in the trees, which I still don't understand. But yeah, It's nice
nature.
out here.
It is, and last week we did our first podcast ever outdoors, but when the weather's this good and you got that breeze coming through, why sit indoors?
Indeed.
Bring the pod outside.
Yeah. What's been going on this week?
It's been a big week, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Big week.
My brain hurts.
It's been a hard week, I would say. There's been a lot going on. Well, I think we've had a very busy week of now settling into our house, which has required a lot of life admin and a lot of sorting.
Yes.
But I mean, where we're at right now, a lot of it is done. Big things have been achieved, but it's been hard work, I would say.
Yeah.
Tough week.
Yeah, this week has been tough, but big news. Today, we had fibre optic installed.
Wi-Fi was installed today, and it is fast.
And as soon as I got home, I video called someone because I'm like, I'm testing this right now. And
it is fast Wi-Fi.
It's so good. So these podcasts are going to be a breeze to upload.
Yeah, it means we can do them more regularly if people want us to.
Nothing
holding us back
they
now.
They probably don't.
I know. Nobody is requesting more podcasts, are they?
Oh, God. No, it wouldn't be a good thing.
Wi-Fi was installed today. 24 hours ago, we got the barbecue working. That was probably the story of the week. Anybody who's been watching our YouTube channel will know.
And anyone who can see my face right now. It has been a nightmare. If you want to see the little barbecue saga that's been going on, head to the YouTube channel for our daily vlogs. We have been everywhere on the island for one tiny little piece of metal that we needed. And we got it yesterday.
It was a
nightmare.
€3 piece. It's so small and insignificant, but it was the one thing that was holding us back from having a barbecue. But it's done now.
It basically cost us about €50 to get to Elsbricko and back yesterday.
In taxis for a €3.50 piece of kit for the barbecue. Yep. Worth it.
This is why I need a moped, Sasha. I really want one. Also, on the point of mopeds, Matt has agreed to me that if I get a moped and I do not have an accident for 3 years, I can get a motorbike. And my mum doesn't listen to this, so that's fine.
Yeah, you randomly had this. I think actually I want a motorbike instead of a moped. I'm like, well, hold on. You haven't even...
I've never driven a moped.
You haven't successfully ridden a moped yet. So
Sasha's telling me it's fine right now. She's going, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
You haven't seen her driving, Sasha.
If you can drive a moped in those shoes.
I know. So yeah, if you can do 3 years, 3 years from when you own it, with no issues, no accidents, no problems, nothing, then you can have a motorbike.
What do you call an accident?
Hitting anything, causing damage to yourself or others.
But on what sort of scale?
What do you mean?
Kind of scale.
I don't think I'm allowed to hit a car or a person or fall off.
Yeah, okay.
So the 3 big points. So in 3 years from whenever I get a moped, which I hope is soon because I've done a lot of walking this week, I will have a motorbike and I'm very excited about that. I'm going to look so cool.
I would say that the moped is the next big purchase that needs to be made that will require going and doing some research and finding out where we can get one from and what's good and what's not and stuff.
I'm very excited about it.
But can we at least just have a week off before we start doing the next big
I don't have any
thing?
weeks off, unfortunately. Now, it's all over for me. No, I'm joking. I've had a really busy week.
You have?
Because we obviously haven't had Wi-Fi in our house. I've had to go down to town every single day and literally sit in a cafe and work away and eat their delicious food and drink their delicious smoothies.
I know, it sounds really tough. It sounds like you've had a really hard week.
What an absolute shame.
You've sat on the coast eating wonderful food and drinking wonderful drinks, working. Hard life.
Very hard life. It has been a lot of brain pain though, and I think that is something that needs to be recognised, and I'd like some recognition that my brain hurts.
I recognise that your brain probably hurts. Okay. There you go. Is that what you wanted?
Well, God.
Now, you have worked hard. It's been a big week, both for getting the house sorted, but you have also, your workload has been rising and you've been doing more and more and more alongside doing all of that. So yeah, I am not surprised that your brain hurts a little bit.
But I want to thank you because you've looked after all the house stuff.
I've become a house husband.
Which is great.
I swept the floor yesterday and today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just going to throw this in there now because we are at that point. One of our questions, and we don't have to go through questions now. This is just one of them. Let me just bring up my notes here. One of the questions for the podcast today is, after being settled into your home for a week now, how are you finding like chores and being a house husband and getting used to being home a lot?
That's a question for me.
Yeah, it was a question for you.
It's taking some getting used to, I'll be honest, because I have pretty much, well, for my entire adult life, I've been busy. I've had a job, I've had work to go to, and therefore on your sort of days off, you can enjoy and not feel guilty about sort of doing nothing, and actually that's what you want to do. So it's taken some getting used to that almost day to day, I don't really have anything specific to get up for.
You've got every day off.
Every day is a day off, but I don't want to fall into the trap of that making me lazy and not doing anything. So it's all right. I'm doing a lot of
balance.
pottering around the house, and there's stuff to do at the moment, which helps. I think once everything's in and everything is sorted, and we're getting there by the day at the moment, that's going to be a whole new challenge for me of like, okay, well, what do I do now? Because there's not actually anything to fix or to organise or to put together or anything like that.
That makes sense, but there's always, you've been doing the gardening, which you've
I do.
actually really
Do you know what?
enjoyed.
I love going out in the garden. I love that we got a place that has a garden that actually does need a bit of work, because that way I can actually have something to do. I've become basically a 70-year-old man.
Absolutely. We do have to remember, though, that the whole point in us coming here and the whole plan for this summer was for you to take a break. And I think you really need to remember that sometimes, because you have worked solidly at Apple for 12 years.
Yep.
Whereas I've fluttered around and done what the hell I like. Your plan this year is to not have a plan. That's the whole thing.
And weirdly, that takes getting used to.
Yeah.
In theory, it sounds really easy to go, cool, do nothing for weeks, months potentially. And that, I have found after just a few days, can drive you a little bit stir crazy. So you've got to think, okay, well, what am I doing then? So whether it's, like I say, I'm starting to do little bits in the garden. I've never done stuff in a garden ever,
we've
so
got
I don't
a
know what I'm doing.
grapevine to look after.
We do have a great, and I'm still waiting for people to sort of help me.
Your dad sent a link.
He did send a link.
Did you read the link?
I did, and it's just all very generic, but I've got a very specific question about my grapevine. I'm not going to put it on the podcast because I put it on the YouTube.
Because I'm already asleep.
Yeah, and it's boring, and nobody wants to hear me talk about my bloody grapevine. But that is basically my project, is to look after the garden at the moment. And I can think of worse things to do.
Because I don't like gardening.
Okay, well, I'll do that then.
So therefore, that's the thing. I overheard you talking to the vegan the other day.
John McGovern, for those who don't know.
Well, people should be listening. If you don't know who it is, go back and listen to all the other podcasts. And I think sometimes you feel like you're not... I don't know how to put it. I guess you're not contributing, or you're feeling not so
Yeah, I was having a chat with him.
You're not physically bringing any money in or whatever.
Yeah, and that's again a change to life, because I guess when you're bringing the salary in, you can easily go, well, cool, I know I'm
And you were very
contributing.
much the...
I was the breadwinner in Dubai.
Yeah, I made money too.
Yeah,
but you made double what I made.
Yeah.
So
And
therefore, you put
it was
the majority
very
of the
easy
money
to
in.
say, I know that I'm contributing because I'm working hard, and that's what's paying the bills and sort of looking after stuff. And it's just, I guess it's kind of a strange thing to sort of I'm not doing that now. So in what way am I contributing? So yeah, me and him were chatting because, and I'm sure he won't mind me sharing, he started a new job and a great job, and he's very, very good at what he does, just as we went into lockdown. So he's yet to sort of feel like he's having the impact that he wants to have in his new workplace and with his team and stuff. And so we were sort of just talking about how, it's a bit of a strange time to feel like I want to be working harder, I want to be doing more, because you want to feel like you contribute and you add value day to day to your relationship or to your job or to your career or whatever it may be. So,
and it's difficult. And I think if I wasn't doing any work right now, I'd probably feel the same, and probably a bit stressed about how we're going to live here and what we're going to do and how it's going to go. And if I couldn't do something that I was trying to get right, then it's quite difficult. And I think, but you're doing amazingly, and I just wanted to put it out on a public forum, even though I've told you a million times that you're helping with all of this stuff here, so that I can go sit in a cafe and drink their smoothies and eat their food.
Absolutely. and you're doing amazingly in your job. So we've kind of reversed roles. I mean, you've always worked, but like I say, for the last few years,
I didn't make as much money as you did.
It's been kind of what you want when you want to do it and stuff like that. And yeah, we've just reversed, and it's just taken some getting used to. That's all. But we're getting there.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it. I do enjoy.
We live in Ibiza, mate.
I know, and this is a thing we have to keep saying to each other. We've ticked the ultimate life goal.
Quick question, Sasha. What did you think when we told you we were moving here forever? Get in here.
Lean in.
Loved it. Calling Ibiza your home, that is amazing.
It's all right, you're fine. Yeah, we'll pick up the sound. Yeah, we're good. Because I put a post up the other day that was like, and then I think some people do just like look at us and go, "Are you guys absolutely fucking nuts?"
I kind of was surprised, but I wasn't surprised.
Oh yeah.
Because having lived in Dubai myself and Ibiza, I know that Dubai is a really cool place to live. Amazing place to live. But Ibiza just feels like home. There's such a sense of community here.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's good. I love it. I love hearing what people think as well.
Sasha says it's okay. That
if Sasha says it's okay, it validates it all. Absolutely validates it all. What else have we got going on this week? Shall I just go into another question for you? Because that's where
if
we
you
were
want,
at.
there is quite a lot to go through in today's podcast. I've realised I've written a lot of it down.
We've got a lot to go. Oh, do you need to get out your notes?
Well, I'm going to put it out there already that maybe we won't go through everything that are in my notes, but I'm just going to sort of very quickly plug 2 episodes from now. Episode 10 of the podcast. We're going to do
mega rep.
We're going to do an uber long. So if we don't get through everybody's questions that were sent to us this week, if we don't get through talking about everything that maybe we wanted, not to worry, because we promised, I think in about episode 2 or 3, that every 10 episodes we would do a long one. We would get a magnum of rosé,
which is in the kitchen,
which we actually already have.
Have you seen them?
No.
I'll show you them. They're magnums of rosé, and we're going to open one of them for the podcast and talk until it's over.
Yeah. It will be the equivalent of both of us drinking an entire bottle of wine. So it could get messy. It could just become a rambling mess.
I'm excited for
episode 10 will be fun. But we're on episode 8 right now. So we have the few things to talk about.
All right, well then let me ask you another question, Matthew.
Go on then.
If you were a garden gnome, what would your name be?
Oh, I didn't know. What do you name them?
Do they have names?
Thank you, Sasha.
Absolutely.
Is it-
Give us some examples.
Yeah, why don't you give me an example?
Because all the examples I want to give are dwarves.
like
I'm
Grumpy.
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 You could call one
Well,
Ben?
I think, ironically, I've started gardening, and now I've becoming a garden gnome. I would just be Nomi Nomerson.
Is that like Mr. McBoatface or whatever
Boaty
it was?
McBoatface.
Boaty.
Yeah.
See, all I can now think of is like Smurfs and
or reindeer.
or reindeer,
Like Donna, Blitzen.
Dasher, or Grumpy or Happy, or I'm going to call myself. I literally had nothing. I thought something would come
I've
in my
never
brain.
been asked. I didn't know that I'm going to put it out there. Didn't know that garden gnomes
Can I
have
tell
names.
you who asked that question?
Oh, I don't know. It's really random though.
Jessica Ashmore.
Jessica Ashmore.
And she said that you were going to berate her for this.
Well, I'm going to be honest, shit question.
Oh,
I
sorry.
think I've got an idea for what you
Go on.
should be called.
Go on.
Well, I think your garden name should be YOLO.
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 I think that's YOLO. That's
YOLO
in English.
Very northern, aren't
YOLO. We're going to go.
you? YOLO.
I think at the moment it's a good phrase that we have here. You only live once.
That is
it's
true.
quite fitting.
YOLO and FOMO.
I'm FOMO.
You're definitely fear of missing out,
I'm
and
FOMO.
you're only okay.
YOLO and FOMO.
Love it.
Well done, Sasha. You can come again.
Yeah, you can.
YOLO and FOMO. Okay, there
That's
you go.
our
Those are our
names.
garden
You
names.
get those 2 garden gnomes, they're going to sit right
We're
there.
going to find some garden gnomes now.
And that will be their names.
That would be great. That was amazing. Thanks, Jessica Ashmore.
What a random
Matt's
question.
not impressed with that, but thank you. Another one. Rosé and kettle chips or Foster's and Co-Fresh?
Foster's and Co-Fresh every day of the week.
Wait a
I
minute.
cannot wait.
Sorry, but what is Co-Fresh?
Okay, I will explain.
Thank you so much. I'm going to drink more
so,
wine.
Co-Fresh is a crisp. It's a savoury snack, and it's made in the East Midlands area. I actually believe they are made in Leicester, or at least Leicestershire.
Okay.
And when I lived there, alongside the boys,
boys.
we would
us.
absolutely. We would our evenings or our boys weekends or whatever we do would be literally sponsored by Foster's, a crate of Foster's.
Not sponsored, they bought it themselves.
Oh, well, absolutely. And bags and bags of Co-Fresh. And they were
I honestly
incredible.
thought you were going to say something else.
Bags and bags of Co-Fresh.
We're in Ibiza. Jesus Christ. Sorry, mums.
So, yes, always. In fact, I'm looking forward to the next Boys. That's John Ashmore and John McGovern and myself. We're going to do a Boys podcast, I believe. I think we have to. I think it has to
So
happen.
I was thinking this while you were talking, and the fact that I was so bored by your explanation. When boys do come here, I'm going to go stay at the nice spa hotel in Santa Elena.
Yeah, it's probably best that you leave.
Yeah, I'm going to leave.
At least for a few days.
And then we're going to have a third microphone and be like, you can do a legit podcast with the three of yous.
The
Oh,
special
Lord.
guests.
I'll go stay with Sasha. That would be great.
Please do.
I'm going to throw...
Was that one from John Ashmore?
Well, of course it was.
Okay, lovely.
More wine?
Oh, yes, please.
Can you, how is the wine?
It's lovely.
It's lovely, but I have realised just before we started this podcast that I've had no water today and only alcohol.
I haven't eaten yet today.
Oh!
It's currently 5:40 p.m.
I had three.
Anything could happen.
I had three beers while I was working today,
It's
and
kinda
two
weird.
double espressos.
God, no wonder you're annoying.
Rude.
You know, it's just been one of those days where, like, there's just been bits and bobs going on, and I just haven't got round to sitting down and
I
eating.
might have to get some of those crisps out soon after this.
Now all I want is Co-Fresh.
Oh, soz about that. Soz about that.
Are you doing another question, or are we moving
No,
on
I've
to...
got no more
on
for
to
you,
me?
only for us.
Okay, question for you.
Oh.
When is the rig coming? And is the White Isle Games happening in 2021? Now, I have no idea what this question means.
Was
but
it
I
from
was
Sarah?
No. But I was assured that
I-
you would
I
know
understand
what it
every
means.
word.
So, when's the rig coming? And are the White Isle Games happening in 2021?
That's amazing, and I love it.
No, what is
You need to explain
So
that.
I showed you. I showed Sasha around earlier and told her where my new gym was going out back.
Okay. Is
And
that what the rig
basically,
is?
a rig is when you're in a CrossFit box and you have like the squat rack and the pull-up bars and everything. Like that's a rig.
Okay.
That is a rig. You can go next level if you're going to do the CrossFit Games.
You're referring to a person when you said the rig.
Yeah, I
Oh.
thought it was like
Yeah, like
someone's
a person,
nickname. When's
yeah.
the rig coming?
Oh no.
And I was like, I really
It's
don't want to meet the rig.
more
They're really
interested.
fit, you know.
The
So,
rig sounds like a bit of a dick.
Those people that don't follow us on the YouTubes, I have had someone round who's coming round for the barbecue tonight who is going to quote me on putting a little gym in our back
A little
garden.
outdoor gym.
I am beyond excited. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost, and I'm not going to tell Matt how much it's going to cost. I'm just going
I'd
to
probably
do it.
rather not know. But my theory is, if over
It
the
makes me
period
happy.
of 3 years, it
pays
works
for
out
itself.
cheaper than 2 gym memberships, then it's
Vale.
paid for itself.
Vale. Sold to the woman in front. So the rig is going to be like a squat rack, and then I'm going to have like a bar and do deadlifts, and then I'm going to have a little CrossFit
You've
section.
definitely had espresso. Calm down.
Special guest at the rig.
Yes,
Absolutely.
you can come to the
Sasha,
rig.
You can put a sign. The rig.
We're going to call it the
Yes.
rig. Can I have a sign?
Really
And then obviously the White Isle Games, or whatever it was called, is a recognition of the CrossFit Games, which I watch every year on YouTube live when they all go
You
in.
know how you get bored of my answers?
Rah.
That was from Alice.
Oh,
Alice
I
loves a
should
bit
have
of
thought
CrossFit.
That. Alice, we.
Alice,
Who the fuck is on us?
we all heard it.
Alice is going to come out and teach me how to properly do double unders, and we're going to train in the gym. I'm very, very excited. Thanks, Hal. That's
Amazing.
a great question. Great question.
Yeah, well,
I got
there
to
you
stop
go.
drinking if I'm going to do CrossFit again.
Yeah. What is it? You can't out-train a bad diet?
Shut up.
Some kind of shit like that?
Get out.
I think you can. All right, another question for you. Tiffany,
That's my name.
over the years, you have had
Too many jobs.
too much to drink, and that's just this afternoon, clearly. Tiffany, over the years, you've had a lot of guests come and stay at your various houses. But what is the weirdest thing that one of your guests has done whilst visiting you?
Wow, I feel like that could be from George, but it's probably not.
Stop guessing who it's from and answer
The weirdest things.
question.
Oh, okay, I got it. One guest that we had one time didn't come home.
Interesting.
It's from her, isn't it?
It is from her.
Jade Barrett, my younger sister, didn't come home one time.
That was the first night.
The first week we lived in Abu Dhabi.
She didn't come home in Abu Dhabi.
So we lived in Abu Dhabi, and her and my mum showed up on like the first day we moved into our apartment. We went to brunch at the Ritz-Carlton in Abu Dhabi. Fancy. We're not going to do that anymore. We can't afford it. And then we went out to Stars and Bars in Abu Dhabi. Classic. And then Jade was like, I'm staying out. I don't want to go home. I'm like, okay. So we all went home, me, Matt and my mum. And then
we gave her an access card and a key.
gave her an access card key, and I wrote our address in her phone.
So she could get in a cab and she'd always be able to get back. And everything, yeah.
And then 4 or 5 in the morning, she still wasn't back. And this is Abu Dhabi during Ramadan.
It was later than that because I was getting up and getting ready to go to work by the time.
Well, I ended up walking around the car park of my building at 5 a.m. in the humidity of August because Mum was getting worried, and I went, I'll go find her, and I went walking outside. So the weirdest thing that someone's done is just not come home.
Yeah. Thanks
in
for
Abu
that, Jade.
Dhabi. Thanks, Jade. And
And
I
that-
love
the-
that the question was from Jade.
Yeah.
That is serendipitous.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, it is. I said it. Serendipitous.
Good question.
That's a great
I like
question.
that, and a good answer. I had forgotten that.
How can you forget that? My mum was in tears.
Well, it was 5.5 years ago.
Find out the reason for that.
Oh,
went to a house party.
Oh, yeah. Well, she went to a house party and didn't have any battery, but if she had a house, there was a plug.
Well,
not
yeah. What kind of
difficult, is
house
it?
have you gone to where they don't have a plug?
Creeps.
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi creeps.
Wow. Can you calm down?
Sorry.
I don't think you need any more wine.
This is how the podcast
Another
goes,
question for
Sasha.
you. Do you miss me yet?
Emma.
Yes.
Of course I do. She's going to come out.
Cute.
Oh, Em. I'm going to get on a call with her now we have Wi-Fi. I'm excited.
I'm never going to stop FaceTiming people.
I know, I love it. FaceTime.
I FaceTime
We've
every
never
day.
had it.
I walk down the street and just FaceTime people.
I love it.
It's lovely, isn't
Love
it?
it so much.
It just works.
So good.
It's the best when you're working away from home. or
Yeah.
living away
Absolutely.
from-
I'm looking forward to FaceTiming more regularly.
Yes.
I've put it out there now. Both family and friends are going to be expecting regular FaceTimes.
Well, not friends. Can FaceTime me.
you
right, I called
really need to calm
I
down.
phone called my mother the other day when I was sat downtown. She loved
I
it.
phoned my parents' home phone.
Yeah, well, I phoned my
in the
mum's
first
mobile.
week
and
that we
she's
were
like,
here.
I'm at work. I'm like, well, can you talk or not?
Like I remembered their home phone number. Who calls like landlines? But I did.
Not anymore.
Do you always? Do you know your home phone number? Your your parents.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it.
Everybody
Yeah.
remembers it. But I just
Absolutely.
I can't remember the last time that
I'm
I
gonna.
dialed.
Hey, guess what? I'm gonna do the thing on the camera and stuff. Keep
well
talking.
done. You literally just have to press the button twice.
I could get this wrong.
So off, wait a second, and then on.
Smashed it.
Well done. Excitingly, this week, I got a couple of questions from people who I don't know. So we have said
Me
this
too.
week our content is starting, it feels, to be seen and heard by beyond
wider
just our
audience.
direct circle of friends and family, which is really cool.
But we also love that our friends and family still watch and listen. So thank you.
Absolutely, we still love you. And thank you for always being loyal and supportive. But yeah, I started to get questions from people who we don't know. So one question, really, really simply, why did you choose to leave the UAE?
It's hot. No, I'm kidding. We chose to leave. Well, actually, that's kind of your thing to explain.
And I thought about this. It's less that we chose to leave the UAE and it's more that we chose to live in Ibiza.
Yes, but I think this is a wider story.
Okay, so you said this is mine to answer, but clearly you have a better answer.
No.
What's the wider
I'm gonna
story?
sit back. Why did we leave?
We left because we wanted to come to Ibiza.
Okay, cool. Good chat.
Excellent. So that was from a guy called Tomo Swanage. Thomas.
Oh, I love when you don't
Thomas
know people
Wanage.
and you get their
I'm
name
so
fucked
sorry,
up.
Tom.
Sorry, Tom.
On Instagram,
How
if
wrong
I've
is-
said your handle wrong, but Tomo Swanage is how I'm going to say
Brilliant.
it. And it was less that we felt like we'd had enough of the UAE and Dubai, and it was more that it was time to go where we wanted to go, and that's why we ended up in Ibiza.
That's the best. Yeah, it was time to be here now.
Really good question. This one's definitely aimed at you. You guys mentioned in your last podcast that Tiff does a lot of work on her phone and manages a lot of people's social media accounts. Does she find it difficult to keep up with the socials when she's not just managing her own?
I find it difficult to keep up with my own socials when I'm managing other people's.
So would you say you now spend more time on other people's socials than on your
100%.
own?
I feel like I'm really neglecting my Twitter at the moment. I do schedule in time per week to schedule my own posts, but I do actually miss scrolling my own Twitter and being in like the real life, this is what's happening right now, and I feel really disconnected from that at the moment, especially in the past few days. I think I tweeted about it the other day at Tiffy Bennett one.
How do you find it sort of balancing multiple social accounts to run? Because this is your job now. You sort of manage
schedule
people's.
it.
You schedule and plan
It's not ad hoc at all. I don't just go, oh, okay, maybe I could do that right now. Everything is very scheduled. I have detailed plans for all of my clients, and I look at them every day, and I really would wish I could print them off, because I just want to stick them on a wall and be like, right, this is today.
You're going to have a whiteboard in your
I'm
office,
gonna
aren't
have
you?
a great whiteboard. I can't. Can I? Yeah, I want a whiteboard, but I kind of.
Always good to actually
Visualise.
it.
Yeah.
Best.
100%, Sasha, you are right. I like visualising what I'm doing, and that's why when I do a monthly plan for a client, there's a daily thing, and like, this is what I'm going to do today with a brief outline. Yes, I feel like I'm neglecting my own when I'm looking after other people's, because I am so committed to getting other people's stuff right.
Yeah.
Then I forget my own.
So your way of dealing with it is that it's all scheduled.
Oh, yeah, very much. I have 3 separate days a week in my plan where I have a note to go, right, today you're going to schedule this social media, today you're going to schedule this. Like, my personal day, I think, is now a Wednesday, where I sit and do my own and ours, the M&T Facebook page, link below.
I think it's really interesting that people probably who don't really get what managing social media is about would look at it and go, what an easy job. You just spend your day on Instagram. I basically do that anyway when I'm sat at my own desk. But it's beyond that, isn't it?
And
because to be good at social media, it looks natural, it looks organic, but actually it's very deliberate, it's purposeful, it's aimed, and it's...
But also, on top of the posting, you have to remember you have like the community management side of things, which people don't understand. So I have segmented times in my day where I literally go on someone's social media and I look at relevant hashtags and I look at relevant people and I find new influencers and I try and connect in all different types of ways, whether that's just liking their posts, following their page, or sending them a message. It's like I sit there and go, right, I've got half an hour on this person to go and absolutely smash it on social media and grow the following as well, because obviously people use bots, and then we talked about this with our tattooist, actually, didn't we? When we got our tattoos done in Ibiza town. Bots now don't work on Instagram. It's not a thing. They block you right away.
It's got to be a human doing it.
It's got to feel natural. I sent a few messages out to get today, actually, this morning, and they paused me and they were like, you need, like, slow down. We think you're a bot.
You're sending too many messages.
Yeah. So you learn, and Instagram, especially Instagram, changes things very often. But I feel that my to-do list every day, as long as it's planned, I'm good.
I think to summarise that,
sorry,
it's okay, because you're talking about your job and you're passionate about it and it's awesome, but social media is much harder to do well than I think people realise, and that is why people hire you to look after it for them. So and you're doing a great job.
Tiffany-bennett.com.
Yeah,
I'm just going to plug everything.
Are we just doing? Just going to talk to our. Just going to break.
You're plugging everything.
Just going to drop into our ad break now. This podcast is sponsored by Tiffany-Bennett.com.
Who recognises that song?
That was from a girl called Reese on Instagram who had messaged me.
She was my client, Reese Keith.
Reese Keith, yeah.
My old PT client in Abu Dhabi on Reem
nice.
Island.
Okay,
Thanks,
so
Ruth.
you know
Thanks for
her,
watching.
but she
She bought-
messaged me to ask you that question.
She
which
bought
was
the
cool.
4-Hour Work Week because we read the 4-Hour Work Week.
Great
and
book.
I hope that you're reading it and listening to it because it is such a great book.
And it played such a big part in us making the decision
Yeah,
that this is the
100%.
lifestyle that we wanted.
100% amazing.
You will know this question and who it's from, but I think it's worth discussing. If you could have any genetic mutation that gave you amazing power, what would that power be and why would you have it?
Right. For everyone that's not this person that asked the question, we got a message from the Ashmores the other day with this exact question, and it was because Korean people can stop themselves from sweating.
No, no. Okay, so you've clearly misread it. Korean
I
people
was too
don't
busy.
like
I
have
don't
this.
read- I don't
they
read
don't have
messages.
like this conscious ability to go. I'm going to stop sweating now. What the message said is that there is a very small percentage of Koreans, and it's in their genes now. I guess through evolution, where they have now they sweat,
But they don't
less.
smell.
And what is a product of that is that there is less body odor
Do you know what?
apparently
I want
amongst the
that.
Koreans. You're
Becau-
just going to take that one.
I want that one because I hate sweating. I hate it. Absolutely. If I could not sweat and it has no other adverse effects, then I would be really happy. Because I I hate face sweat, especially with like masks. I hate stomping up and down the hill and sweating it out. Like, I don't need any other genetic mutation.
So you're
And that
going.
sounds,
you're
genetic
going.
mutation sounds bad.
Well, but it's interesting, right? Because it basically gives you
Unless you want like
a
webbed
a
fingers
superpower.
so you can swim. Is that a genetic mutation?
It would be,
Like webbed
yes.
fingers.
I guess what the question
YouTube
is.
is going to love this because I'm just like swimming in air.
The question is implying not like if you could have a superpower, would it be? It would be like
I wanna
something
fly.
that would like your body could potentially mutate in some way.
Yeah,
and
I'd do the non-sweat or the non-pigmentation.
Non-pigmentation.
Yeah, because
so
I have
no,
like
you'd never get
sunspots.
you'd never get burnt or tanned. You would just be
No,
able to.
well, I'd love perfect skin all the time. Oh, yeah, perfect skin all the time.
You just want perfect skin.
perfect skin all the time.
Okay. All right.
And no sweating or BO. Thanks.
Okay. Lovely.
What would you have?
I would genetically mutate so that my metabolism allowed me to eat and drink whatever I want as much as I want.
I missed out on that one, didn't I?
Absolutely claim. You sit there with your perfect skin while I eat a cake and drink all the beers.
But if you
and
eat a
stay
cake
lean.
and drink all the beers and have all the spots, then I'm not going to love you anymore.
But you can still get fat. But you'll still have lovely skin.
I think I'd quite like to genetically mutate into a mermaid.
Sasha would like
So
to be a
Sasha's
mermaid.
just going to put her legs together and be a mermaid.
Lovely.
Love
That's
it.
quite the evolution, but lovely.
I love that.
Lovely.
Crack on with the questions because I've got questions for Sasha, which we're going to bring in. You're going to
Okay,
switch places
this is my
eventually.
last one, and it's a would you rather, which we always like.
Oh Lord.
Would you rather eat only bread and alioli for 1 year, or not be able to eat bread and
What?
alioli
Easy for
for
you
a
to
year?
say.
Oh,
Hold
But
on, but
then
there's
when
no
you ate
benefit to the second
but
one.
no, because then when you ate it, it would be like, oh my god, bread and alioli. Wow.
I do that every day anyway, Sasha.
So let me repeat the question because
Right,
I don't think
slowly.
you get it. Would you rather eat only
Bread
bread and alioli for a year? That's the only thing you can eat.
I can't have any
or
chicken.
That's the only thing you can eat, or living here in Ibiza where it's readily available and amazing, go an entire year without ever having it.
If you just ate bread and alioli for a year, would you put on a lot of weight? Would that be
Yeah,
a thing?
see, that's the issue.
Probably.
I'm like,
It's quite a bad diet.
am I
Quite
allowed to
carby,
drink
isn't it?
still?
Well, yes, because I think you'd die if you didn't drink. A year of only bread and alioli, or a year without it?
A year without it so that I can
Sadness,
have everything
yeah.
else, and then when I have it, it's going to be amazing, but I'm really sad about the option.
If that year ever happened, I would eat it every day in front of you.
You're such a prick. I wanted to say another word, but we don't say that word on the podcast.
Yeah, we wait until we're off air to drop
So
that one.
casual against each other.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's my
Who
last
was
question.
that from?
That was from Jessica Ashmore.
Jessica Ashmore.
I
Yes,
do
pour
have
your
other
wine,
questions.
Sasha. Pour your wine.
please do.
This one.
Yeah.
Ah.
Awesome.
See, no one likes a
We've given her
flat-bottomed
the
wine.
cheap. We've given her the cheap shit. That's why.
Flat-bottomed
That
wine.
is the €1.79 yumminess.
Still good wine. €1.79. You can't compare.
I think we need to address the elephant in the room.
Don't call her that.
Oh, come on. Come on. Come on now.
What's the elephant in the room?
Is the fact that we put cliffhangers on our...
Yes, and we did promise. I'm going to put it out there right now that the emoji that I want sent through is the female sat behind a laptop.
Oh, that's me.
That's a good emoji, that one. And I think it
Ah.
represents nicely what you're about to share now,
That
which
is
is your
lovely.
news and your update about a job opportunity that you have successfully landed here in Ibiza. Tell the people.
It is a big story and something that I am very scared and nervous about doing. But it's happening, so I'm just going to roll with it. So when we first got here, I was obviously going to be doing freelance social media and stuff for people and
And
kind
for
of...
what it's worth, you are still doing that, right?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
You're still
I
available
still
for
have
that.
clients. I still do social media and copywriting and blogging and writing. I wrote a press release today for someone, all this, that and the other. But one of the brands that we love, both me and Matthew, posted that they had a job opening a couple of weeks ago. And so I just randomly emailed and went, guys, you know who we are. This is me. I'm super organised. I could help you with this. This is what I can do. Here's my CV. And I got a voice note from the owner of this company, and they were like, well, I've actually kind of employed... Well, we had a 40-minute phone call to begin with. I was sat on a beach having a phone call with this person, but then 2 days later they were like, yeah, we've employed someone to be in this role, but actually, like, I feel like I know you. I really, really love what you do, and I think that you could be great within our company. And I was just like skipping on the spot, and Matt was just like, what's going on?
I'm going to speak on behalf of the listeners now. Can you just tell us what you're going to be doing, please, and who for?
So I am now, well, people don't understand, and that's the thing. I am now working with Rory Dobner, who is the artist that does all of the paintings at Pikes. They have a villa in Ibiza called the Ink House, and he is absolutely incredible, and I love them. And Claire Dobner, who, his wife runs the company, and I'm now doing all of their web-based stuff and on their social medias, and
It's like the ultimate client. Basically, you've landed your ultimate client, and very, very awesome.
Yes. So those people who know us, obviously, and seen our wedding video or photos or anything like that, we are literally stood in front of a Rory Dobner mural like the entire time.
Yeah, I guess Rory Dobner is probably most famous for probably those paintings that are up in Pikes.
Yeah.
So
well,
there's
to
the cat,
us he is.
To us he is. So there's the cat with the monocle,
The
and
fish
there's
smoking
the
a
goldfish
cigarette.
that's smoking. He's very, very cool stuff, but he also does like fine bone china stuff.
So basically he does household wares and
ornate
everything like that. So
things.
rorydobner.com, you can go and have a look at all of that. He's an artist who is amazing, and I'm now working with that company as part of their web team, and I basically have control of their website and social medias, and it's very exciting, and I don't really know what to do or say, and
Yeah. Well, congratulations, because I think, anybody who knows you and who is aware of how significant Rory Dobner and his art and stuff is to us will know that this is a big deal to you and a great, great role. And you are made for that role, and you are made to work with those guys.
I am.
They are awesome.
I am, and it's very scary, and that's why my brain hurts so much, because I have been basically just getting involved with everything straight from the beginning. I've already sent items to Milan in America and been very, very involved, and I only started a day ago. So it's exciting, and I think on top of that as well, puts us in a really great place here on the island. We gave ourselves a year to be set up here.
Yeah, we said that we would like to have been that within a year we felt as if we were on top of
Paying the
all
rent.
of the outgoings and stuff, and we felt settled and things. And
we've
we
done
gave
that in
ourselves,
3 weeks.
Yeah, we gave ourselves a year to
And we've
figure
done
that
it
out.
in 3 weeks.
You've done it in 3 weeks.
No, we've done it in 3 weeks. And this is what
I've swept the floors.
I've spoken to someone else about this, and we have done this in 3 weeks.
We
It's
have. We've done well.
massive.
We've done very
And
well.
we have to remember that. And it's very exciting. And I know, like, if anyone actually wants to know more about what I'm actually doing, just message me privately because I can't really explain it, but I'll try. But now you can FaceTime me at home because I have internet. So that's great. It's very exciting.
Well, congratulations
Thank you so
again,
much.
and well done.
Thank you so much. Do you have more questions?
No.
Can you switch with Sash? Because I'm going to
Yeah.
ask her some questions.
Ask you some questions.
Welcome,
Oh, gosh,
Sasha.
Right, I've been
Sacked
been
off.
relegated from my own podcast.
Well, I'm going to ask her some questions, if that's okay. Welcome to the podcast, Sash. Thanks for sitting in.
Hello.
How do you feel
I
about
am
being on a
here.
podcast?
I feel a bit nervous.
Have you been on
actually,
one
you know.
before?
I've never been on a podcast.
Well, there you go. You just have to talk normally and drink wine on ours, so that's
I'm
normal.
good at talking and I'm good at drinking wine. So
Smashing. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
So, what I actually want to ask you, obviously, we said at the beginning of the podcast you work in Ibiza, but tell us your kind of Ibiza story.
Well, what would you like to know?
From the beginning, like why
Okay.
do you work here? Like where did it start?
Okay, so I came out here in 2014. Basically, I'd been in a 5-year relationship and we broke up, and I thought,
Fuck
well,
it. You can say that.
basically, yeah. Well, I thought I wanted to go to Magaluf because obviously I'd been to Magaluf twice. That's where I met you.
Yes.
And I thought, right, I'm gonna go work in Magaluf. And then everyone who'd been to Ibiza said to me, "Nah, we think you should go to Ibiza." So I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna do it. And the first time I stepped on this island in 2014, I stayed for 6 months.
There you go.
There we go.
And what year is this now?
This is 2020 now. That was 2014.
Well,
No, I mean like how many years?
6.
what year is it now? Tiff's professional
That was
journalist.
That wasn't.
years
No,
ago.
I meant. You know what I meant, and you're being
What
a
day of
prick.
the week is it?
Do you need to turn Sash's mic up or no?
No.
Okay, fine.
I do have a very soft voice,
Yeah,
so I'm sorry about that,
It's
guys.
fine. It's fine. It'll be very soothing to people's ears, I think, because we're just like,
You
fuck off. So, talk us through the years. You obviously worked in 2014 for Ibiza Rocks, but then what happened after that?
So then 2015, I worked as a rep for a first-time workers company called Ibiza Intro. They're not running anymore.
Because they were shit. You can say it. They're not running anymore. Yeah, they weren't great.
And then, so that was until like July, August that year. And then I ended up working for Ocean Beach Club, which is now called O Beach.
Oh yeah, got to get the branding right.
Yes. At the end of that season. And I've worked with them ever since.
That's great. Like that's like a solid 4 or 5 years of working with O Beach now.
But I did try. So I went travelling. So I got a boyfriend in 2015.
What
We did the
happened was?
we did the season together, and then we went travelling together. We got engaged, and I decided I was going to settle down, do my teacher training, buy a house,
Be a
do
human.
the normal things.
Yeah.
But that didn't work out anyway. So I just ended up coming back out here 2 years ago, and here I am now. Went to Dubai, worked there for a bit, and I'm back here again.
So who do you
And
work
it's
for in
amazing.
Dubai? So what do you do in Dubai?
I was a waitress at Cove Beach in Caesar's Palace, Blue Waters Island.
Lovely. Are you going to go back there this winter? It's actually something I don't know.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet.
Do you not know really?
I know, I'm
Wow.
not sure. I'm either going to stay in Ibiza for the winter. I'd quite like to do that. We can be winter friends. Or if something comes up, I won't go back to work at where I worked before. But if something better comes up, I might go back to Dubai.
That's nice.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Did-
Okay, give us your top tips for working in Ibiza. Just like random things that you think, right, if you have to do this to just be sane, or you have to do this to get yourself set up. Just
Okay,
or
then.
top tips.
Well, first things first, you need an NIE.
Yes. Or
You-
NIA, as everyone keeps saying to me.
Yeah,
It's not an NIE, is it?
Yeah. So it's your European National Insurance number. And basically, you need that to legally work over here in Spain, along with your social security. So that is the ultimate
Yes,
top tip
absolutely.
for working over here. Second top tip.
She's got a voice for radio, this one.
No.
People's ears are going to be so happy.
She's got the voice for radio and you've got the face for radio.
I think enjoy yourself. Never
Don't-
say no.
Don't
Always
take
say
it too
yes.
seriously.
Yeah,
100.
yeah. I mean, if someone says to you, do you fancy coming to this villa party, or do you want to do something that's out of your comfort zone? Do it.
Yes.
It'll be the best thing you ever did.
100%
It will
agree.
be the best thing you ever did. I went to a villa party full of Spanish people the other night because I rolled up to a petrol station on the way home for drinks in Ibiza town to get some water, and they pulled up in this car, Spanish music blaring out, all got out the car dancing and singing, and invited us to the villa party.
No way.
Do you know what?
Can you please text
Shall
me
we
when you
go?
next do this?
I will.
Thank you so
And we
much.
did.
I need a
And
pie.
it was an amazing night. Got home at about 6 o'clock in the morning. It was great.
Oh my God, that's incredible. That is exactly it. If people come to Ibiza, and we discussed this the other day, me and Matt, we said like we're not even in the real Ibiza yet, because obviously we've only been here on holiday for the past however many years. When you get in that real Ibiza and you go to a random villa party and people don't know about it and it's not on social media and you're not at a place that's well known, that's the real Ibiza.
That's it. I didn't post a thing on my social media.
Exactly.
That night.
I love
was
it.
great.
Absolutely. That's such a great tip. Yeah, just roll with it. Absolutely roll with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Roll
that's
with it.
amazing. That's a great tip. What do you think? Do you want to go to a villa party?
I always want to go to a villa party.
It's all about the villa
Always
parties
want
this
to go
year.
to
It is all
Super
about the
clubs
villa
are not
parties.
open.
And then lastly, before we finish up, if people are thinking about coming here in 2020 and being on holiday for the rest of the summer, or like coming for a week, and obviously there's certain rules here, there and everywhere, what would you say to them if someone says to you, shall I still come out in August or September?
I would say yes, definitely, absolutely.
Perfect.
Just bring your face mask. That's all you need.
That's all you've got
Bring
to
your
do, isn't it?
mascarilla.
Mascarilla. Mascarilla. Bring your
all
mascarilla.
you need to do, because obviously we're meant to wear them in the street, but as soon as you get to the bar or the restaurant, wherever you go in, once you sit down, you can take it off. You know, it's just, you can still have a good time. There's no super clubs. That just means that everywhere's closing at 2 a.m. You can go home, get a good sleep, or enjoy a villa party.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you go home, get a good sleep, and enjoy the day. The next day. This is what we're embracing at the minute.
I think, yeah.
Enjoying the daytimes and actually seeing the island.
100%. I
Yeah.
fully agree. I think now what people are doing is enjoying the daytime, going to a nice restaurant or a beach club in the day, and spending the money that you would spend at night, but in the daytime instead.
Yeah.
And rather than just spending it on a €21 vodka and Fanta lemon,
Mm-hmm.
you're getting these like dishes at your beach club and jugs of sangria and this, that, and the other, and
Yeah.
enjoying your daytime, and then going out to a nice dinner while the sun's setting and
Yeah.
watching some live music, because that still does happen and it's still available to everybody. And yeah, so I would completely agree with you.
Definitely.
Get
Yeah.
out here. Get
This-
out here this summer.
This is a beautiful island. It's not just about the super clubs. It's so beautiful, and you can,
you can just
explore
enjoy
so
everything.
much, enjoy so much more than that. And I think this is what this year is for.
Ibiza 2020 is different, but it's
Yeah.
still absolutely delightful. I love it.
Same, but
I love it.
different.
Want to close off, my friend?
Yes, let's swap that.
Swap over, switcheroo.
Thanks, Sash.
Do the
That
little
was
switcheroo.
amazing.
No prep
Thank you.
whatsoever.
I
and
know.
I know.
absolutely
Sorry, I
nailed
proper
it.
threw you in, but you
She's
smashed
just throwing.
it.
She's just throwing them out
Thank
there.
you.
and
Good job.
You did
Good
well.
job.
So, last things that I probably just want to talk about. We talked about this last week. We are very, 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 very close to 1,000.
Where are we right now?
We are very, very close to 1,000 YouTube subscribers.
Oh, close.
We are at 994 right now. I was just checking while Sasha was having a chat with you. We are at 994, and we are still looking for ideas. What should we do to celebrate when we get to 1,000?
Oh, Sasha, think
whether it's something for YouTube, whether it's a special podcast, whatever it may be. 1,000 subscribers is literally a day or two away.
Tapas podcast.
A tapas podcast. I'm happy with that. With 1,000 dishes of tapas.
We'll have to have a big table of people. Are you coming, Sash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And then lastly, again, talking about just YouTube, we are going to start a new playlist of videos.
Si.
So since we landed on Ireland, we've been doing a daily video of moving to Ibiza. They've been very popular. We've had great interaction from them, great feedback, and thank you for everybody who's been watching and who has subscribed as a result of that. We are going to be adding very soon another playlist to our YouTube channel of living in Ibiza. So this will include doing the things that you can do on Ireland, whether that's a visit to a beach or a bar or a restaurant or a club or whatever it may be, and just doing videos for that as well. So
Yes.
we will continue to do the moving to Ibiza because we still haven't fully finished
We're not
the
residents
process
yet,
of
my
moving. But watch this space, there is a new playlist
I
on its way.
do want to again thank everybody that is following us and being there on our random journey to becoming residents in Ibiza. We get a certain amount of views every day that are almost immediate.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, these people actually like get notifications for our videos, and it's mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing.
That people would watch it.
That people give
I
a
know.
shit about
I
who we
know.
are.
I know. There's us. We're struggling through, trying desperately to just sort
Fix a barbecue.
of to make a barbecue work, and we're like, oh, we ought to bloody video this, and people seem to enjoy watching it. So
Yes.
we
Thank
will, for
you.
as long as people are enjoying it, we will keep on making them.
Right.
So thank you again for listening to this, watching our channel, and we
That's
will
it
keep.
for this
we
week.
will
It's
keep
been
going.
a long one, 56 minutes. Everybody
you.
say
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you for sticking with us. We will see you next time. Bye.